Alright, Sevies, let me explain what you're going to do to start out with this ecosystems project. So, first of all, you need to pull up. I'm going to go to Estes Park Steam. For anybody new, just, this is our class website, estesparksteam.com. And if you go to the 7th grade science button as we go through the unit, everything we do is either on here or it's also on Schoology. So I'm going to use the ecosystem sheet number 1 that you see there at the bottom. So I would click on that. But, let's see, there we go. And so, here's your sheet that's going to get you started. And I'm going to download that into Notability, which I already did. So we're going to think of an ecosystem, just an area, thinking about all the wildlife that is going to be in that area. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and pick Estes Park. Now, if maybe you've lived somewhere else or familiar with other places, or maybe you want to do an ocean area, whatever, you can pick a different spot. Estes Park would be a good one to start with, though, I think. All right, let's see here. So now we're just going to go through and start brainstorming abiotic factors, and then here's the biotic factors, and we're going to break it down into producers, herbivores, carnivores, omnivores. Notes on that can also be found in Schoology or Estes Park Steam. If you need a refresher on that, it's called Ecology Notes. But let's see, I want to come up with at least 5 for each of these. Let's give you a few examples. Abiotic factors, that's the non-living things. Well, okay, we get a lot of sunlight, actually. Whoops. A lot of sunlight in Colorado. We have a lot of rocks in Colorado. All right. Obviously, we have soil. Let our plants grow. Okay, so, wow. I already gave you 3. I'm too nice. Now, let's look at these different biotic factors, once again, broken down. So, producers, those are things that just make their own energy from the sun. And so, well, we've got a lot of pine trees. Yeah, I want to be kind of specific on this, so I'm going to say pine trees. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking like squirrels that eat pine, things that eat the pine cone. Underneath that, I'm going to be even more specific and put pine cones, because that'll help me out later. Flowering plants. Once again, I'm not just putting plants, because I'm thinking of some animals that might utilize those flowering plants, like bees and hummingbirds. Okay, so there's a couple of producers for you. Once again, you want to have at least 5 for each. If you have more, it'll make the project easier as you go. Let's see, herbivores. Those are things that eat then the plants, or the producers. Well, let's see, we've got rabbits. A lot of rabbits around. They eat grass, I think, pretty much. Hummingbirds. Thinking about those flowering plants, because they go and stick their beak in there to get the nectar. Okay, so there'd be a couple of things that just feed off of the producers. Now, carnivores, those are things that eat animals. Okay, like coyotes. There's one that we commonly see around here. Omnivores, that's what things that would eat both plants and animals. Like bears. They eat a lot of berries and things of that nature, but then they also eat other animals. Now, as you brainstorm things, you might come up with I would just start thinking of animals, and maybe I'm not quite sure where it fits as far as an herbivore, carnivore, or omnivore. Well, I'm just going to make a list down here like, bobcats. Okay, we are the Estes Park bobcats. We've got those around. But I'm not sure. Well, then I can go back and look it up. Let's see. Squirrels. I'm not sure. Are they herbivores or omnivores? What do they eat? So, feel free to make a list of animals that you just see around here. There's a gazillion. And, then you can look them up and find out if they would go into herbivores, carnivores, or omnivores. Okay, so try to have at least 5 of each. And once again, if you get more than 5 in a group, that will probably actually help you. So just brainstorm a bunch of things you would see in Estes Park, or once again, if you've chosen a different ecosystem, and that will get you started for today. When you finish this, turn it in to Schoology under Ecosystem Sheet number 1.